Shalom, family, shalom. Yes, today we will be working with chicken breast today. Just chicken breast, and that's it. So I have about 5 pounds of chicken breast here, okay? And what we're going to do, we're just going to cut it up and put it in the jar. So I am working today with pint-sized jars. These are the wide mouth pint-sized jars, all right? And so, like I said, I have 5 pounds. I don't know how many jars it's going to give me, but why not just put chicken in a jar? Because that way your chicken will already be done. And if you have a dish that calls for chicken, you already have chicken already processed, all right? So let me just bring you down a little bit so you can see what I am doing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the chicken up in like cubes. And they don't have to be small, okay? Just cutting them up in cubes. And by having them like this size, I can have nuggets, little chicken nuggets, grilled kebabs, chicken masala, curry chicken. You know, when you go to the Asian, I think it's Japanese restaurant, they have the chicken lettuce wraps. Yeah. So that is only a few dishes. Oh yeah. And then you can make chicken salad. The sky is the limit. So yeah, so I'm going to remove some of the fat, and I'm just going to go through and just slice it. And if you think you may be having dishes with like fajitas and you want to grill long pieces like this, you can put these size pieces in your jar as well. But today I'm just cubing it. And it's so simple. So yeah, that easy. Let me get another jar, and we are looking for our 1-inch headspace. You know, I'm not cutting them small. They're nice size chunks. And for chicken salad, you can shred it up and just make you some delicious chicken salad. The main objective is getting these chicken pieces in the jar, getting them out of the freezer, okay? Because let's say your electricity goes off, and then you have all this chicken in your freezer, and you don't have a generator or anything like that. That means your money is going down the drain. And we don't have money to be wasting like that, all right? And so what I'm going to do, I'm just bringing it up a little bit under the 1-inch headspace, right? So now what I'm going to do is, all right, now I have my chicken in the jar. It's a little less than a 1/2-inch headspace, right? I'm going to take my salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You don't need salt at all right? It's just that I'm putting salt in mine just to give it just a little bit of flavor. And since this is chicken breast, I will be adding like maybe half of the jar with water. You can use broth or you can use water, but this is going to make its own juice. But I'm adding a little bit of water because I'm not for sure if it's going to give me enough broth or juice, because it's chicken breast and chicken breasts don't have a lot of fat. And so what I'm going to do is, since I added liquid, I have to debubble, all right? So I'm going here and just debubble. And you can do it in quart-sized jars as well. All right. And so you see what my jar is? You see what my jar is? The water is like right there. All right. So this is optional. You don't have to add water at all. You don't have to add broth. You can just go ahead and process it and see what your chicken breast give you. So it should be fine. But I just like to add just a little bit for security. And that's it. I'm gonna take my paper towel, wipe off my rim just in case chicken got on it, because chicken is greasy. Bam. And that's it. And while you wiping your jars off, just check for any nicks and cracks and check your lids to make sure that they are not defective, because lately we've been having defective lids. Fingertip tight. And that's it. That is all to it. So I'm going to get the rest of these cut up and I'll bring you back. All right, family. I know everybody's been hearing about April 8th. And you know the government has been talking about store food, store water, do all that stuff, repent. So here's your time to get that food out of the freezer and start stocking up your food, because we don't know if anything is going to happen. And if it does, guess what? You will be prepared. And we don't know how long. Let's say if the lights go out, the grid get hit, or CME. We don't know how long that we're going to be in the dark. So guess what? You will have all your foods in a jar. You don't have to worry about electricity. You can just pop them open and you can eat them, and you will be ahead of the game. Don't you want to feed your family? Don't you want to see your family happy? So I'm just saying, repent too, family. Yes. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Okay. So I was able to get 7 pint-sized jars. These are the wide mouth jars. I started out with 5 pounds of chicken breast, you guys. Yes. And so this is not going to fill up my canner. I usually like to load up my canner. So I'm just saying, if you want to load up your canner and chicken and beans are the same amount of time, you can load beans in with it as well. Okay. So now I have my 7 jars in my canner. I'm going to throw in about 2 tablespoons of vinegar, because I have hard water. If you have hard water, this will prevent your jars from coming out cloudy, you guys. Because if you don't, there's an extra scrubbing process that you have to do when you wash your jars. So ain't nobody got time for no extra scrubbing. All right. So all we want to do is get our food in the jars and get it processed and put it up. All right. So I am working with a Presto 23-quart canner, family. And this is very important. You got to be able to see through that vent pipe straight through. Make sure your gauge dial is on here tight. Make sure your rubber gasket is up in there good. Make sure this button right here, that right there, goes up and down. And turn one toward you and turn the other one away from you. Make sure that's tight. If that is not tight, you guys, your canner will not come up to pressure. Been there, done that. All right. So my chicken is cold. I just got my chicken out of the refrigerator, right? And so the water that I put in my chicken is cold, and my water in my canner is cold. So everything is cold. Make sure that your canner is in the middle of your eye. And since everything is cold, I'm just going to turn my heat on medium high and let everything heat up at the same time. All right. And so, I smell gas. I didn't turn it on. I was smelling gas. There we go. Medium high. So make sure it's in the middle of your eye. Once this vent pipe right here starts to shoot steam steady, this vent pipe right here starts to shoot steam steady for 10 minutes. Once it does that, I will bring you back. This vent pipe has been shooting steam steady for 10 minutes. Put on my weight regulator. Now I need for my canner to come up to 10 pounds of pressure. For my elevation, I need 10 pounds of pressure. If you don't know your elevation, just Google it. All right, family, I have reached 10 pounds of pressure. I will set my timer for 75 minutes because I am working with quart-sized jars. And I will let this process. And once it finished processing for 75 minutes, I will turn my fire off and wait for that button right there to fall to let me know that my canner is safe to open. If your canner goes between 10 and 11, that is fine. I'm coming to you guys because I think I heard one of my jars cracked. These are brand new jars. So, and then my water temperature, it was on point. Everything was on point. So the only thing I can think of, the reason why I think one of them cracked, because I put 7 jars in there, and I probably should have put another jar in there and fill up with water and close it up, because I did see my canner and heard it click, 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 clicking, you know, the jars, you know, banging up against each other. So this is a lesson that, you know, you can learn, because it happens. I haven't had a cracked jar in over a year, I guess. So yeah, it's just something that I just totally forgot about. So yeah, so things happen, and it happens, and I wanted to be totally honest with you guys, and I didn't want to be fraudulent. All right. I want you guys to see the good and the bad in canning, but it's really not that bad. So we'll see what it looks like when it finished processing. All right, here we go. I'm gonna take off the weight regulator. I am not anxious to see what's going on in this canner. It's been about 25 or 30 minutes. I just came from outside my garden. So it's been sitting here about 25 or 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to unscrew it. I'm going to lift it up away from me and let it back down. And it's a lot of steam. Did you see that steam? And even though there's no seasonings on this chicken, it really, really smells good. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it up away from me and take it to the sink. All righty, let's see what's going on in here. It's not beautiful. This is not beautiful chicken. I think some people call it ugly chicken. Ooh, did you hear that? They are sealing. Look at that. That chicken is ready for whatever dish that you want to make. Yes. Ooh, they are sealing. Let's see if a jar broke. It sure enough sounded like it. It didn't. All praises to the Most High. All 7 jars, you guys. Look at that. And look at the liquid. Did you see what I mean by the liquid? By me adding a little bit more liquid. So my chicken is submerged in the juice. And that's what we want. All right. Oh, if you haven't hit that subscription button, go ahead and subscribe. And I thank you guys. I thank you all for sharing my videos and subscribing and just watching me do what I do. Okay, so canning is so easy, and continue on, you know, watching all my other videos, because it's always a learning process. And do you hear? They are sealing. All right, you guys. So if you like this video, please hit like, share, and subscribe. I am so glad that the jars did not break. All praises to the Most High. I love you guys. Y'all know I do. But guess what? I love the Most High more. Shalom.